Hello, beloveds. How are you today? I hope today is better than your yesterday. I pray every day gets a little better than the last. We all want that, right? So, I took the weekend off to enjoy family and get out in nature, spend some time on the beach with family, with some of my family and friends. Most people had to work, but it was a lovely day, a lovely weekend. And you know me, I'm noteworthy, and I'm here with today's love affirmation. And this is an interesting one. Layla. Layla. Ooh, Layla. Layla looks like deliverance. Layla looks like resistance. Layla looks like I am summoning all of my power. Yes, she's recovering, restoring, crowning glory. Dimensions and realms. This is a beautiful card. Layla. I think I'm going to like this one. She is telling some things here. She is telling some things here. Oh, yes, there are stories. Deep-rooted stories, too. I'm excited about this one. It came out with Let Love Transform. Layla and Let Love Transform came out together. See my water condensation from my cup. Let Love Transform. Came out on the bottom, and Layla came out on the top. Number 34. So let's see what Layla, number 34, is talking about. Excuse me, our last card was Enter the Garden of Delights. Did you guys get a chance to check out Enter the Garden of Delights? Okay, here she goes. Layla. I'm starting to look like the flying nun here. It's time for the afro to return. Okay, Layla says, put aside your clever schemes. O lover, be mindless. Become mad. Dive into the heart of the flame. Become fearless. Be like a moth. They get burned. Turn away from the self and tear down the house. Then come and dwell in the house of love. Be a lover. Live with lovers. Clean your chest from all hostility. Wash it 7 times. Okay. Then fill it with the wine of love. Be a chalice for love. Be a chalice. You must be all love to be worthy of the beloved. When going to the gathering of drunks, be a drunk. Become a drunk. Drunk in love. Your thought takes a course, dragging you in its wake. Move beyond thought. Let your heart lead. Be the leader. When the grace of love is revealed, be a mirror to reflect it. When the beloved's hair is loosened, brush it like a comb. Be a comb. This one is cute and it's funny. It's like coming back to life, back to life, back to reality. Yes, that's what this is saying. Just get drunk in love. Okay. How I long for my thoughts to no longer make any sense to me. Then I can be rid of them like noisy house guests who have overstayed their welcome. Oh, the peace when they finally go. Their incessant chatter brings me no comfort. I crave the silence of you. Will you let me hear it? Will you run through the noisy house of my mind with your great muddy feet so that I can focus on something other than my mind for a while? Maybe you can make such a mess that I shall give up on my plans and attempts at order completely. Just give in for a change. It's time for that. To give up my ridiculous fantasies of perfection, useless, noisy, irritating, demanding, and yet what? And yet deadening perfection. I'd rather just be alive. I want to plant my head in the earth in the same mud that sticks to your feet and breathe in her rich soil smell. I want to feel her heart beating in the quiet movements of the roots of the plants as they stretch and grab and stop my ears with their fertile dirt, finally gaining peace from the constant eternal racket of thoughts no longer wanted. Now, I like this. This is cute. And it's reminding me to have time to be quiet in my mind. That's important. And my mind is busy. I'm always thinking, creating. I'm busy in my mind all the time. There's always something happening. And it comes times when you have to silence it, shut it down. And I enjoyed doing that this weekend with my family and friends, just being out all weekend in nature, of course, enjoying the smells, the sounds, watching the people, just enjoy the environment. And oddly enough, paying attention to some things that was happening in our environment that most people were too busy living to notice. That was a conversation that struck up with me and one of the young ladies that we were out on the beach with this weekend. How sometimes we're so busy just living, that we're so busy living that we forget to pay attention to our environment, what's going on. We miss important things that's happening around us because we're so invested in the now moment. Okay, so it continues. Oh, beloved, how you are to be envied. You are being given the gift of no self, no noise, no sense. The great beloved truly wants you to be closer than ever to the wild universal heart. In that field of love, every electronic device goes haywire. Systems collapse, worlds collide, and great stars are born from the chaos. But the real you will sense none of this. You'll be starting at your beloved. You'll be staring at your beloved. So intoxicated by love, your tongue will loll out of your mouth and you'll drool like a bloodhound and you won't care a hoot. Neither will the great beloved. Such will the passion of your reunion be that the only thing to matter will be the one great love exploding inside your being. So, who cares if you have no idea what day it is? What was your job supposed to be again? Or how to make conversation, let alone intelligent conversation. Oh, so I'm just going to be dumbstruck, huh? At the dinner table, ah, well, you shall not be yourself anymore. You shall not be so appropriate or sociable. Ooh, you know how old I was the last time I was giddy, dumb, in love? It's been a long time. Okay, who understands crazy words that fall out of your mouth, unchecked by logic or rationality? Me. I do. It says, I do. I know she, I know the beloved too. I am under the same loving spell. I, like you, have no I anymore. I, like you, am so crazy with love that I care not for things making sense anymore. I, like you, long for my night of love with the great beloved that ends me forever and renders me only and ever the lover of the great beloved. I call that night forward from my love crazed heart, as do you. That Laylet, excuse me, that Laylat al Qadre, the night of destiny, let us run together and pound on the bedroom door of the great beloved. There is no shame. There is nothing else worth holding on to. Let us go now and throw ourselves upon the goodwill of the Creator. Our hair shall be messy and mingle with the curving galaxy, and the planets shall grow rings around them, becoming the many eyes of the great beloved, delightfully bearing witness to our loving, passionate surrender. This oracle brings you a message. You are moving through a period of not knowing, of time in the great void or womb of the Divine Mother. It is in the place that the seed can crack open and take root. This cannot happen in the light where all is seen and recognized. Okay, and I was just thinking about, wait a minute, this card is looking kind of dark. It don't look like love. I want to just show it to you again because it doesn't. But there's, you see inks of it coming in the card. If you look at it carefully, you see color being drawn. Okay. This cannot happen in the light where all is seen and recognized. It must happen under the cover of darkness, where only trust can assure one of success. This is the way of nature, the way of life, and it must be honored. This oracle brings you ancient wisdom. It guides you not to fear the darkness, but to enter into it willingly. It is not for you to become lost, but to find your way. This oracle is saying that in the darkness, there is the path. Da tariki tarakat, tarakwat, or tarakat. Do not turn away from it. Let it be. Be with the lack of knowing. When people ask of you so many questions and demand sensible answers to support their notion of reality, do not bow to such unworthiness and fear. Know that their mind may be fruitful for your safety and their own, lest your divine madness be contagious, but that their fear is nothing to you, nothing at all. It is not even anything to them, but they just don't know that yet. Under the sacred black cloak of night, the Divine Mother, the Goddess, she who transfigures from darkness into the light, has invited you into her chamber. In that place you shall experience annihilation, but only that of which is untrue. that of which would hold you back, dampen your spirit, or prevent you from bursting into full aliveness. For that which is true is already seated deep in her womb, and it is preparing to be born, strong and with good, powerful legs. So when it is time, it will leap like a wild creature, all instinct and intuition, into the morning light. For this moment, however, there is darkness, and that is essential for the appearance so imminent, beloved of the light on its way. This oracle brings you guidance if you find yourself to be sad, to be grieving, whether you know for what or not, or even depressed or struggling, feeling as though you are being pulled down. Do not fight. Bear witness instead. Allow what is taking place to take place. Allow what is happening to happen. You shall find a joy in allowing the interplay of darkness and the light to take place according to a greater unfolding rhythm of your own divine growth process. Okay. I love this. I see this. I like this because I have been working on, getting back to I would say a sense of loving freely and not learning to love freely instead of loving controllingly, if you understand what that means. To love without being inhibited, to love without having a cause or a source other than just bliss, other than just being loved. It doesn't have to always have an agenda. Sometimes love is just love, just because I love you. So this was lovely, and it brought back some things to my remembrance, to my experiences as of recently. It's a beautiful card, and it reminds me about the message that I've been sharing a lot about the darkness, especially for believers, that we shun the darkness. We run away from it, we hide it, we avoid it. But it's a necessary place for us to thrive, to start seeds. Anything that grows on the earth starts in a dark place. That's where it starts, in the darkness. Midnight is the beginning of a new day. It starts in the darkness. And a lot of us are always running to the light. We want to be in the light. We want to expose. We want to see everything, but we don't want to expose anything. We want to see everything, but we don't want to expose anything, especially if it's our stuff that needs to be exposed. So I'm rather fond of the darkness, and because it's the place of birthing. It's the place of creation. We were created in darkness, and we are made to be drawn to the light, to bring light on the darkness. And in some of the previous reels, I have shared the revelation given to me about the darkness. And the revelation was that we perceive darkness as wicked and as evil. And in fact, it is a place where those who have been touched by wickedness or evilness are cast by those who have been wicked or evil to them. So the darkness is not the place of the wicked or the evil, but it is the place where the wicked and the evil discard their victims, discard their trophies. They're sitting there in darkness, lost most of them, and looking for light. And that's why it is important to go back to the beginning, to go back to your birth, to go back to your childhood, to go back to your hurting place, the place that bore you, that made you the adult you are today. What experiences have you had in your life that formed you to who you are? It's time to come out of the pain and live in the lesson of your dark side. Live in the lesson of your pain. Stop being hurt by it and overcome it with the lesson, whatever the lesson is. Right now, my lesson is to stop giving love and learn to receive. So this is my season of receiving love. And I challenged myself to first recognize what my own love was. And that would be loving myself, my self-love. How do I love myself? Am I loving myself well? And it's been a journey. It's been work. It's been fun. It's been freeing. It's been a lesson. And I'm still journeying. I'm taking my time with this one. I'm going to take my time and learn how to receive love, receive what I've been giving all this time. And that's going to be our affirmation card for today. I'll probably be back to do the one that came out attached to it later. We'll see how that goes depending on how busy I get. Let love transform. I might have done that one before. I don't know. It sounds familiar, but today we're going to stick with Layla. Layla. She's beautiful. That she is. See where the things are blossoming. They're blossoming. Things are blossoming and growing. Light is coming. Love is coming. Look at that. It's beautiful. So I love you guys. I love you to life. And I'll see you in the future. Have a beautiful day.